Welcome to this video. In this video, we will be solving 75 questions of UGC net exam geography paper. This video is the part 2 of June 2012. You can check out the previous video for part 1, and in that video there were 50 questions. In this video, we will be solving the 75 questions, and after this video, I will also be uploading the next videos for the years 2013-14 and so on till 2023. So let's start this video. You can switch to 1.5x for better experience. The first question says, the valleys which drain in the same direction as the original consequent drainage but at the lower topographic levels and have developed with respect to the new base levels are known as. See, as far as the drainage pattern is concerned, there are basically two different types of drainage patterns. The first one is cordant drainage pattern and the next one is discordant drainage pattern. Cordant drainage pattern means those drainage patterns which primarily follow the geology or the geography of that particular place. All those river basins which follow the geology or the natural slope of that region are considered to be cordant type of drainage patterns. Further, in cordant drainage pattern, there are further several types. The first, those are consequent, subsequent, obsequent, resequent, and in discordant there are majorly two types. The first one is discordant drainage pattern is also called as insequent. Both are same, discordant or insequent. Now, in these discordant drainage pattern, there are basically two types of drainage patterns. The first one is antecedent and the next one is superimposed. Consider this is the drainage basin and there is a stream flowing through this basin which is the main stream, and the slope is in this direction. The general slope of this basin. Right, so this major river or major stream is called as consequent stream or consequent drainage. This is of highest order. There are several other streams or the tributaries of this stream are further the second highest order streams, and these second highest order streams are those streams which are called subsequent. the highest order are consequent, second highest order are the subsequent. The streams in green color are subsequent, which are subsequent drainage streams, which are the tributaries of the major streams. Further, suppose tributaries of these green streams are in pink. So these tributaries of the subsequent streams are called as the resequent streams or resequent drainage. These are the lower order streams which join the subsequent and later the consequent stream are resequent. Now suppose there are streams which are lower order and they join either the subsequent or the mainstream, but in the opposite direction, flowing in the opposite direction of the mainstream. These are called as the obsequent streams. So as per the question, the valleys which drain in the same direction as the original consequent drainage but at the lower topographic levels have developed with respect to the new base are resequent drainage. So this is the answer. A is the answer of this question. Let's look at the next question. The concept of base level erosion was proposed by, the right answer is Powell. Powell was the one who proposed the idea of base level erosion, and Davis later used that concept. The next question. The velocity of the moving ice increases with steepness of the slope of the areas and thickness of the glacial ice. Reason: the velocity decreases to the sides owing to lesser depth of the ice and friction against the valley walls and the bottom floor. See, as far as the first statement is concerned, this is true, and the second statement is also true, but the second statement is not explaining the statement 1 in a correct manner. So the answer is B. Both are true, but R is not the correct explanation. Next, normal cycle of erosion is associated with fluvial cycle or river erosion is the answer. Let's look at the next question. Which one of the following groups of scholars stressed the role of lateral erosion by streams in the formation of pediments? The right answer to this question, see, these kind of questions are factual, so we have to keep ourselves updated that which scholar has contributed in exactly what field. So this kind of questions are highly factual and chances of these questions getting wrong is higher. So the best way to deal with such questions is to solve as many previous year questions as possible. The right answer for this question is C. Page, Blackwelder and Johnson. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following is not a topographic evidence of the rejuvenation in landscape? The answer is B. Structural benches. Next question, we have to match these. Loess moraines, gravel silts. See, moraines, loess are Wind deposits, moraines are glacial deposits, and gravels are marine deposits, silt is river deposit. Let's look at the next question. Ozone hole is observed only over Antarctica. Ozone depleting gases are present throughout the stratosphere. The ozone hole is very prominent over Antarctica, but there is no guarantee that, or it is not 100% accurate that it is only present over Antarctica. Also, the ozone depleting gases are present in the atmosphere, but the concentration of these gases is variable throughout the atmosphere. So both the statements can either be true or both can be false. But this question was disputed in 2012, so this question has been cancelled out. So there is none of the options are correct as far as this question is concerned. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following types of clouds appear at the highest level in the sky? See, as far as classification of clouds is concerned, there are several bases of classification. For example, their genesis or the altitude at which they are found, and the types, the morphometry or the forms of clouds, like it is hairy or bubbly or layered. Okay, so these are the classification of clouds on the basis of the altitude at which they are present. So three types of clouds are there present at the highest altitude are the cirrus clouds, and then further at middle levels or levels below. So these highest clouds are approximately 5 to 18 kilometers above the ground. These the clouds which are present in the atmosphere, but those are above 5 kilometers of height in the atmosphere. Those are cirrus clouds, and the clouds which are below this, I think that's approximately 3 to 12 kilometers. Those clouds are alto clouds, and then the clouds which are nearest to the ground or nearest to the lithosphere are called as stratus clouds, or lower clouds or stratus clouds. So the highest level in the sky are the cirrocumulus clouds. So B is the answer. Then look at the next question. Atmospheric temperature decreases with height in troposphere because this is the land surface and this is troposphere, and further the upper layers of the atmosphere. So the question is, what is the main reason behind the increase of temperature in the troposphere? Air at higher altitude is less denser, or solar radiation is less at higher levels, or there are more atmospheric gases at higher altitude, or the atmosphere is heated by the radiation from the surface. See, all these three statements are true, but the answer is this one. Why? Because these statements are true with respect to the entire atmosphere. But the question here is specific to the troposphere. So what happens in the troposphere is that, suppose this is the incoming solar radiation. Along with this, or simultaneously, the Earth's surface also releases the heat energy it receives in form of terrestrial radiation. This is the terrestrial radiation which is responsible for the increase of temperature within the troposphere. So the answer here is option D. This adds heat, which causes rise in temperature, the terrestrial radiation. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following pairs is not correctly matched? Foehn, warm dry winds moving down the Alps. This is correct. Mistral, cold winds blowing from the Alps or France. This is also correct. Santa Ana, warm dry winds moving down the Appalachian. This is not correct. So C is the answer. And Bora are cold winds experienced along the eastern coast of Adriatic Sea. This is also correct. Next question says, which one of the following gases is not a natural element of the atmosphere? See, krypton, argon and water vapor are the natural elements. Chlorofluorocarbon, these are pollutant, and these chlorofluorocarbons are responsible for the depletion of the ozone layer. So the answer is C. Next question. Köppens classification of climate, the symbol AW refers to tropical savanna climate. Next question says, the strongest winds in the hurricane are found in the eye of the hurricane, or the spiral bands of the thunderstorm, or the eye wall of the hurricane, or the easterly waves. Strongest winds, these are found at the eye of the hurricanes. Which one of the following characterizes Paternoster Lake? A lake of volcanic origin? No. Shallow stretch of water separated from the sea? Definitely not. A crescent shaped lake formed due to cutoff of a river meanders? No. Lake formed on glacial stairways? Yes. Suppose these are suppose this was the initial slope of the glacier. Okay, due to melting and the erosion along the slope, it changes the morphology of the glacier. And further, when the glacier retreats, or when the melting of glacier happens, the ice deposited here are melted and forms Paternoster lakes, like this. The ice here are melted. Let's move on to the next question. Thornthwaite's modified climate classification is based on the concept of effective temperature, precipitation index, potential evapotranspiration or potential precipitation. The correct answer is C, potential evapotranspiration. The next question says Silva forests are broadleaf evergreen, broadleaf deciduous, coniferous evergreen or coniferous deciduous forests. The answer is broadleaf evergreen forests. Next question says the specific place of an organism in an ecosystem is called as niche, autotroph, trophic level or food pyramid. So it is called as niche. Which of the following is referred to as the producer in the marine ecosystem? Small fishes, fungi or zooplanktons or phytoplanktons? See, zooplanktons and phytoplanktons both, when in symbiotic relationships, form corals, but these phytoplanktons are also the survival of zooplanktons is dependent on phytoplanktons. So the answer is phytoplanktons. Question number 20 says saline soils are the result of very high precipitation and leaching of the soil, high rate of evaporation and very little leaching of the soil, high precipitation and very little leaching, or all of the above. See, this cannot be the answer. This cannot be the answer. Answer is B. High rate of evaporation and very little leaching of the soil. Next, move on to the next question. There is no holiday for vegetation. Growth is rapid, uninterrupted and continuous. This statement applies to Taiga region, monsoon region, Mediterranean region or rainy tropics. Answer is rainy tropics. Next question says the largest variety of plant and animals is found in temperate forest, monsoon, tropical or tropical grassland. Answer is tropical forest. Next question says which one of the following statement about salinity is not correct? Salinity is directly related to precipitation. There exists a direct relationship between the rate of evaporation and salinity. Low salinity is found near the mouth of a river. The salinity is highest at the tropics and decreases towards poles and equator. So, which statement is not correct? We have to find out. See, there exists relationship between rate of evaporation and salinity. Yes. Evaporation is directly proportional to salinity. The higher is the rate of evaporation, the higher will be salinity. So this statement is correct. Low salinity is found near the mouth of a river. This statement is also correct because the river water is fresh water. When fresh water is added to the ocean or sea, the salinity of that particular area becomes lower. The next statement is the salinity is higher at the tropics. Yes, this statement is true, and decreases towards poles and equator. Yes, this statement is true. So the A statement is not true. Salinity is directly related to precipitation is not true. See, precipitation affects salinity, but salinity is not directly related to the precipitation, because for the salinity of particular water mass or water current, there are n number of determinants. For example, the sediment load, which is incoming there, the rate of evaporation, the rate of precipitation, and the quantum and traffic passing throughout that particular water mass. So salinity is function of multiple factors. Alright, so that is why option A is correct, is the answer here, because the other three are more logical reason. Alright, so let's move on to the next question. The origin of the ocean current is related to gravitational force, winds, salinity and density, or all of the above. Origin of ocean currents. See, gravitational force is responsible for the movement of water masses or ocean currents. Then winds are also affecting the direction and speed of water current. Salinity and density also. These three, since these three factors affect the water currents, so the right answer is option D, all of the above. Question number 25th. Schaeffer was in favor of exceptionalism or ideography, areal differentiation, or scientific generalization. So the right answer is scientific generalization. The next question says, which of the following principles does not belong to logical positivism? Principle of causation is principle of causation falls under positivism. Structuralism also falls under positivism. Behavioralism does not fall under positivism, and functionalism is also in sync with positivism. So the answer is option C. Next we have to match author and books. Again, these are factual kind of questions. Which is not correct? See, David Harvey, this option is not correct. And the rest are correct. Next question says, the statement that Egypt is the gift of the Nile is attributed to Aristotle, Herodotus, Strabo, or Seneca. The answer is Herodotus. Then, who among the following pleaded that history be treated geographically and geography be treated historically? Again, Herodotus. The next question says, who among the following Arab scholars made corrections to the Ptolemy's book? So it's Al-Idrisi. Which one of the following is the philosophical basis of quantitative revolution? Which one of the following is the philosophical basis of quantitative revolution? Existentialism, idealism, phenomenology, or positivism? Positivism is the answer. 32. The concept of paradigm was proposed by Kuhn. Who among the following wanted to develop universal science encompassing all aspects of knowledge? Humboldt, Ritter, or Reclus, or Guyot? The answer is Humboldt. Who among the following geographers focused on man-centered geography? W.H. Davis, Jefferson, Semple, or Huntington? The answer is Jefferson. Next question says, who among the following developed the concept of mental maps? Who among the following developed the concept of mental maps? The answer is Gold and White. Let's move on to the next question. Who among the following first initiated the concept of second demographic transition? Vandeka, Leshak, Coleman, Fitzgerald. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. The correct answer is option A. The next question is, the age specific fertility rate is maximum in the age group of 20 to 25, 25 to 29, 30 to 34, 35 to 39. The answer is 20 to 24. Which one of the following reasons dominates in rural to urban migration in India? Marriage, education, family movement, or employment? Rural to urban. Employment is the answer. Next question. Who argued that multiple centers of nuclei were responsible for the urban growth? Harris and Ullman, Hoyt, Park and Burgess, or Nelson? Answer is Harris and Ullman. The next question says, the largest and most dominating city in a state with respect to the commercial, industrial, educational and political activities refers to city region, urban field, primate city, or necropolis? Largest and most dominating city in a state with respect to commercial, industrial, education and political activities. The answer is primate city. Which one of the following sequence of land use in Burgess model is correct? CBD, zone of workers, home, commuters zone, zone of better residence. CBD, zone of better residence, zone of workers, home, commuters zone. Or CBD, zone of workers, home, zone of better residence, commuter zone. Or CBD, zone of better residence, commuter zone, zone of workers, or home. The correct answer is option C. The next question says, if a circle with 1 centimeter radius represents 1 lakh population, what will be the radius of the circle representing 4 lakh population? 1 centimeter radius circle is representing 1 lakh. So what will be the radius of circle representing 4 lakh? So here there is a formula for calculating the radius. of the proportionate circles. The formula is pi r square is equal to q. So pi r square, r is the radius of the circle and q is the quantity which is being depicted by the circle of radius r. So r is equal to q upon pi under root. Okay. So we have to find out the r for 4 lakh, right? So under root 4 by pi is equal to r. No, actually this is not the way to calculate the radius of the proportionate circle. See, this is always in terms of proportions, that is why they are proportionate circle. So pi r1 square is equal to q1 on pi r2 square will be q2. So pi and pi will be cancelled out and r1 here is 1 square will represent 1 lakh population, and so x square will represent 4 lakh. So this x square means 2 square will represent 4 lakh population. So the correct answer is B, 2 centimeter. Let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following market locations is optimal in the given diagram of industrial landscape? Which is optimal? So here optimal means maximum profit and minimum cost or of input, right? So this is cost line and this is input line, production line. See, the maximum production is at point C and the cost is also minimum. So I think option B is the answer. Yes, option B is the answer, which is at this point. Let's move on to the next question. The essential features of shifting cultivation is intensity of crops, rotation of crops, single cropping or double cropping. It is very obvious. B, rotation of the fields. Next, the footloose industries are those for whom transportation costs are relatively unimportant or transportation costs are very important. Presence of raw material in the neighborhood is necessary, or all of the above are necessary. See, footloose industries are those industries. See, footloose industries are those industries where volume of input is more than the volume of the final output. So for them, transportation costs are not very much important. So option A is the correct answer here. Let's move on to the next question. Match list A and list B and select the correct answer. Malaysia, Brazil, Cuba, Hawaii, coffee, sugar, pineapple and rubber. See, Malaysia, rubber production. Brazil is for coffee production and Cuba sugar, Hawaii pineapple. Option C. Let's move on to the next question. The three iron and steel plants at Kulti, Burhanpur and Hirapur have been merged together as Tata Iron and Steel. No, that is in Jamshedpur. Indian Iron and Steel Company, Bengal Iron Work or Mysore Iron Work. It's B. Indian Iron and Steel Company. Let's move to the next question. The rice producing areas are associated with low density of population. No. Moderate density of population. Not really. High density of population. Yes. C is the answer here. Match list and list 2. Stage of urbanization and explanation. Urbanization, suburbanization, disurbanization and reurbanization. So urbanization is certain settlement growth at the cost of surrounding countryside. A1. Suburbanization is the commuters belt grows at the cost of the urban core. Disurbanization is the population loss of the urban core exceeds the population gain of the commuter belt. C4. And reurbanization is the rate of population loss of the core tapers off or the core starts regaining population. So B1, B, I think B is the answer. A1, B2, C4 and D3. Yes, B is the right answer here. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following statements about the consequences of migration is correct? The population resource relationship of the two areas involved in the process of migration gets modified significantly as a result of migration. Yes, this statement is correct. The people who migrate from the rural areas to the urban industrial areas suffer from the lack of open spaces, fresh air and good housing. Yes, this is also correct. The dietary habits of immigrants also changes in areas. Correct. So all the above statements are correct. So our answer is option D. The next question. The informal sector of economy refers to capitalist mode of economy, bazaar type of economy, dynamic and stable income, permanent productive establishment. So B. Option B is the right answer. Which one of the following is not related with the informal sector of the economy? Which is not informal? Market type of economy, unskilled, semi-skilled labor force, temporary and unstable income. All these three are related with informal sectors. So option D is the answer here. Option D. The next question says law of primacy in the context of urban development is most relevant to the countries which have a relatively simple economy and spatial structure, complex economy or integrated spatial structure or matured economy. The answer is A, option A. The next question is the main occupation of the Gonds is food gathering, forestry, hunting or cultivation. D is the correct answer. Which one of the following is largest in aerial extent? cultural realm, cultural region, cultural landscape, or cultural point. So yes, cultural realm is the largest and cultural point is the lowest. The next question says, what among the following is the correct sequence of the three stages through which a new boundary under most conditions is determined? The right answer is option B, allocation, delimitation, and demarcation. The next question says, which one of the following is not usually considered as an indicator of social well-being? Infant mortality rate or infant mortality is an indicator. Female literacy is an indicator. Availability of potable water is an indicator. So the right answer is option D. Who among the following was an advocate of export-based model? Alonso, Klinsky, Perot, or North? The answer is North. The Vale of Kashmir is the only level of land, only strip of land in the Himalayas. Which river has laid its deposit to form this level plain? The answer is Jhelum. In which of the following states of India women outnumber men? That means sex ratio. The sex ratio is more than 1000. So it is Kerala. Option D is the right answer. Which one of the following states of India records the lowest density of population according to 2011 census? Arunachal, Meghalaya, Tripura, or Manipur? The answer is Arunachal Pradesh with 17 persons per square kilometer. The next question says, about 85% of the total iron ore production of India is from Jharkhand, Odisha, Karnataka and Odisha, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. I think option B, yes, Karnataka and Odisha is the right answer. The next question says, name the 5-year plan in which the voluntary sterilization population policy was introduced. First 5-year plan, second 5-year, third 5-year or fourth 5-year plan. Voluntary sterilization, I think, is none of the above 5-year plans introduced. So there is no such option here. The next question says, in the subcontinent of India, the region frequently affected by tropical cyclone is Gujarat coast, Coromandel coast, Konkan coast, or Malabar coast. So the option B is correct, Coromandel coast. Which of the following regions or areas is not affected by monsoon of the Arabian Sea branch? Western Ghats, Deccan Plateau, Madhya Pradesh, or Punjab Plains? Not affected by Arabian Sea branch. The answer is D. Punjab Plains. The next question is the height of individual points on the topographical maps are indicated by spot heights only, benchmarks only, triangulation points only, or all of the above. All of the above. The broadest part of Himalayas lies in broadest part Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, or Nagaland. The right answer is option C. Which of the following regions of India is most developed economically? Most developed economically. Northeastern region, eastern region, northwestern region, or central region. See, these type of questions again has to be to some extent more precise, so or this has to be backed by some data. So as per the answer, official answer key, none of the above options is correct, so this question was also being withdrawn. The next question is, if point A is 230 meters and point B is 5 centimeter elevation from mean sea level with a horizontal equivalent of 2 kilometers, which of the following gradient is correct between these 2 points? So for calculating the gradient here, see, the horizontal distance between A and B is 2 kilometers or 2000 meters, and elevation of B minus elevation of B minus elevation of A is equal to 570 meters minus 230, so it becomes 340 meters. Alright, so 340 meters is the difference in elevation and 2000 meters is the horizontal distance between them, so gradient will be (17 upon 100), that means 17%. So option C is the right answer here. Let's move on to the next question. Match list 1 and 2. SPOT, GOES, Meteor, INSAT. D1 and C3. Meteor is Russia. GOES is for US, I think, yes. B4 and SPOT is France. So 2 4 3 1 2 4 3 1. So option A is the correct answer here. Then, which one of the following techniques is not suitable for showing urban population on the map? Circles, divided circles, spheres, or hatchers? So answer is hatchers. Which one of the following statement is not correct? Contour maps are isopleth maps. The statement is correct. Isopleths are lines of equal value. This is also correct. Isopleth techniques always takes administrative boundaries into account. No, this is not correct. Isoplot technique is suitable for continuous data. Yes, the statement is correct. So the answer is C. The next question is, consider the following statements and select the given answer using the codes given below. Desert and marshes and hilly tracts are known as negative areas of the population. Yes, the answer is correct. The statement is correct. Dot method is the best technique to show distribution of population. This is also correct. Dot method can be used to show age and sex composition. No, we cannot show this. The dot method cannot be transformed into isopleth. Yes, so option C is the right answer. Which of the following is most suitable to show the equality in the distribution? Inequality. Which of the following is most suitable to show the inequality in the distribution? So Lorentz curve is the right answer. So this is the last question. Which one of the following is the correct geometric mean of the data? Okay, so basically the formula for geometric mean is that we have to multiply all the data. So 0 multiplied by 50 by 100 by 150 by 250 into 450 multiplied by 500, and then take the nth root of this entire multiplication. So where n is equal to the total number of observations. For example, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So the power of the root will be 8. Since there is a 0, so the entire value will become 0. So 0 is the answer here. And you can refer to the next video, and in that video we will be discussing again the paper 2 of June 2013, which will have 50 questions, and then the next part will be of 75 questions for the same. Thank you for watching.